In case you're new here, I go on natural history and art adventures in my pop-top Toyota minivan. Today we're continuing our visit to Joshua Tree National Park by checking out the Geology Tour Road. The first part of this road is pretty okay for most vehicles, but as you get further down the road, it's definitely important to have a high clearance all-wheel drive. Especially if it's rained, you have to be super careful when crossing the Bajada by Pleasant Valley. I'm really impressed with all these bright yellow flowers, and so I decide to pull over here and have lunch and take a break with Lily the adventure dog. I found my painting spot. White tank monzogranite forms the rocks on both sides of the road here. This rock was once magma that forced its way upward into the overlying much older Pinto gneiss. The magma cooled without reaching the surface and crystallized to form a solid rock mass, which is a granitic rock. Erosion over geological time stripped away the darker, striped Pinto gneiss, exposing the outcrops. These are California goldfields, which is a widespread species in the Asteraceae or sunflower family. There are about 15 known species in the genus of California poppy, and it's a very diverse genus, so there's probably even more species than we know about. Joshua Tree National Park generally doesn't have the common California poppy, which is the big orange poppy that we usually think about when we think about poppies in California. But it does host several other, often confused, more rare yellow-flowered poppy species in the same genus. Mainly the Joshua Tree poppy, the cryptic poppy, and the Mojave poppy. Along the sides of the road here in Pleasant Valley, we see the desert sand verbena, which smells really nice and was used by Native American groups in the Southwest for medicinal purposes, including as a diuretic and for helping with burns and swelling. This sticky mat-forming plant is endemic to desert sandy habitats. This is desert or birdcage evening primrose, and its petals eventually fade to pink, so it can look like it's multicolored. Desert primrose here primarily relies on the specialized hawk moths and bees for pollination. This is a desert dandelion, and it's a favorite food for the federally protected desert tortoise. If you're enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as I hope we can grow this channel together to help people appreciate and hopefully protect nature. This is a pack rat nest. Pack rats are also known as wood rats and have furry tails and large ears. They're solitary and territorial animals. Their middens have been useful as they form a kind of a time capsule. Because of this, they have been used to research change over time in national parks. As we turn a corner, we see Pleasant Valley in the front and to the right. This mountain phase to our left is an east to west trending scarp area formed by movement along the Eagle Mountain Fault. This is an old mine area, one of about 300 mines that are in the area that is now Joshua Tree National Park. It's long been abandoned, and like most mines in the area, was not particularly productive. This is creosote bush. Creosote, or Laria tridentata, is a prominent species in the basins and bajadas of Joshua Tree National Park. Creosote reproduces both by seed and slow outward clonal growth, forming circular colonies. Some creosote rings found in the Mojave Desert are thousands of years old, expanding slowly outward as new stems replace the old ones. Its small resinous leaves reduce water loss and contain protective compounds that help deter aridity and microbial damage. Ecologically, creosote stabilizes desert soils and influences the spacing of neighboring vegetation through chemical interactions with other plants. It provides shelter for insects, reptiles, and small mammals. This is the white-tailed antelope squirrel. Here's some barrel cactus, or pharaoh cactus, scattered about. This is a side-blotched lizard doing push-ups, which are mainly done by males to defend their territory, attract mates, and establish dominance. There are 3 different distinct throat colors that a male might have, and each individual inherits that throat color and has that for their whole life. The different colors are associated with different mating strategies and different testosterone levels. The orange-throated males have the highest testosterone levels of the 3 and are the largest and most aggressive and try to control multiple females and are highly territorial. The yellow-throated males are not territorial and behave like females when they enter the orange-throated male's territory, so they can sneak in. The blue-throated males have intermediate levels of testosterone, so lower than the orange ones but higher than the yellow ones. And they do have females that they form pair bonds with, but they tend to be monogamous and less aggressive. They also cooperate with other blue-throated males to defend against the orange-throated males. These are desert bells, which are also known as California bluebells, and they are a species of Phacelia. In the wild, they're endemic or limited to the Mojave and Sonora deserts of California. This is bladderpod, and historically First Nation peoples in the area consumed the flowers and pods. It also attracts hummingbirds and butterflies. All done. Thank you for joining me on this visit to Geology Tour Road. I hope you'll join me for the next video where we visit the Split Rock Loop Trail in Joshua Tree National Park. See you next time.